Very few #1 overall picks have received as little attention as Cam Ward, but when relegated to a small market and talent-deficient roster, the spotlight doesn't find you often. However, the opening to his NFL account displayed the promise and playmaking that got him drafted so high, now against an upgraded talent level. There's still some deficiencies that halt him from being an upper echelon QB, but he might be closer than you think. Above all else, the ultimate skill required for a quarterback in the NFL is anticipation. It's a timing-based league, and you must be able to play in rhythm, anticipating the throw through the coverage to open up your receivers. This is a really nicely timed ball. He takes a second to confirm the man coverage, and then the windup is happening before the break has even started. NFL defenses love to make you throw towards the sideline, knowing any late ball will be pounced upon by pick-hungry corners. But this one is out far too early for Carlton Davis to react, leading Io Manor to a fresh set of downs. Similar throw again here against the Cardinals, except this is going cross-hash off the play action. Nice rhythm in the drop back off the play fake, and the ball's out before Calvin Ridley has completed the break, still with his back to his QB. A great route matches a great throw, and the Titans chunk their way out of being backed up. It's not all to the sideline. Cam shows a serious ability to attack the middle of the field. This is outstanding reading followed by fast firing, first checking front side for an easy throw, before quickly getting backside when nothing presents itself. And check out the anticipation on this one. The backer is covering the window, but Cam knows he's going to bite down, firing to the bang route with lightning speed, not allowing the safety to close. That's NFL level reactions. Here's the same bang grab concept into an even narrower window. There's two backers lurking ready to cut off this angle, but Cam knows they're too flat-footed for his timing, ripping it with Restrepo still in the previous window. And working off play action this time, this is an absolute dime to pick on a dropping defense. Cam's got his eyes on the corner route first, but seeing this hold the defense high, rips one to the crosser between the levels. Chason has picked it up and tries to track it, but Cam slices the ball between 3 zones for the completion. Underlying this anticipation is an aggressiveness to hunt for the big play. Cam looks to stretch the field and attack coverages vertical for big games, creating plays that don't just put his team in the game, but actively on top. This is an incredibly risky throw, but it's there if a defense doesn't warrant the route. Running a dagger concept, the usual aim of this concept is to use the first receiver to clear out space for the dig. But if no one tags this route, either carrying it or capping it, there's a narrow window to snipe it for a big gain. Cam quickly spots its lack of attention, ripping it up the seam to get to the Tennessee logo. Here's the same idea against the Cardinals. Teams have gotten wise to the dagger concept and try to take away the dig. Watch how the Mike turns once he gets depth, ready for the inbreaker. But this leaves no one playing the clear-out route, and another timed beauty by Ward rips off another huge gain. And with the game on the line against Houston, Cam delivered one of the best throws of the year. Tennessee is running a deep flood concept, and the routes definitely got a little muddled, but the timing between Okonkwo and Ward is pinpoint, with the windup happening before the cut, knowing he's going to get his head taken off. The ball is an absolute beauty, dropping it over the shoulder to Okonkwo deep in Houston territory. This ability under pressure wasn't just a one-time thing, it consistently stood out on tape. Being able to stand in and make the required throw, even when you know you're about to take a bone-crunching hit, transcends a QB's game. Defenses become scared to blitz you, and even if they do get pressure, they can't be certain they'll win the play. Here, the Browns bring the blitz, and it looks to be perfectly timed into the play action, getting a free rusher in Cam's face right as he turns back to read the play. Many rookies panic in this situation, but Cam stays calm, quickly finding the hot route, turning -8 into a +8. And more nice reading here against the Colts, making them pay for their coordinator's creativity. Lou Anarumo is a dark magician, consistently pulling out crazy rolls and blitz paths to tangle QBs. Here, he lines everyone up to show cover 0, but has the defense scatter to form a Tampa 2. It creates a free rusher, but also a fast chance up the seam, and Cam rips it to Chitty before Buckner can lay the hit. Unfortunately, it's dropped. It won't be the last time this video, trust me. And more excellent timing against Jim Schwartz' blitz-heavy scheming. Drawn up nicely, the Browns get a free rusher with a delay blitz, putting a defender right in Cam's grill. But timing beats even the best rush, and it's out before the defender can get home. Beautifully timed up the seam to Calvin Ridley, but dropped once more. In our college breakdown last season, we mentioned Cam's talent for throwing on the move. This has seamlessly translated to the pros, with OC Nick Holes using him on all manner of boot actions, particularly rolling left. This is beautiful ball handling on the play action to fool the defense into thinking handoff, opening up an intermediate crosser on the boot action. Nice work from Cam to flip his hips before throwing, and then drop the soft ball out in front for his receiver to run into. More boot action here against the Saints, this time rolling arm side. Again, a good fake has the defense a step behind, and seeing the out open, Quincy Riley freelances trying to take it away, but all this does is open up the corner ball. You've seen the aggressiveness throughout this video, and Cam says, "Yes please," ripping it to Van Jefferson for a big gain. More on the move action here on the goal line, and Cam shows good patience under pressure. Nice design off the motion, but Indy are ready for the fast flat, leading Cam to extend. Pressure closes in, but Cam's second option is about to open, throwing crossbody to his tight end for the score. And more beautiful play faking on the lefty boot. The defense all bites on the play action, leaving nobody tracking the middle crosser. And Cam flips his hips and sets his feet, finding another chunk of free yards for his efforts. A major problem when it comes to evaluating Cam's rookie year was the extreme pressure he was under. Now, some of this was of his own making, but much was down to the level of pass pro in front of him. This left Cam constantly dancing away from rushers and leaving a full display of his improv skills. You can't make a full offense out of this, and they need to come down in quantity next year if Tennessee wants to win some games. But you can't deny it isn't fun. The Chiefs have everything locked up on the second and long, and with no check down open, Cam bails left but never takes his eyes off the deep field. Seeing his QB bail, DK breaks off his route and bends back boundary, and Cam spots it, launching a grenade deep downfield, somehow finding his man on the sideline as two take a shot. When nothing was open, Cam showed us the Caleb Williams impression, bending and twisting behind the line of scrimmage, waiting for something to come open. The throw crossbody is not advised, but this play was entirely made by keeping it alive. And here it is against the Niners. Nothing opens off the goal line play action, so Cam drifts before pressure finally forces a release, throwing crossbody to Jeffrey Simmons of all people, posting up in the back of the end zone. And some of the throws he made under pressure in these situations are ridiculous. Even with defenders dragging him down, he has the ability to flick the ball out and find a target. I've watched this play against the Rams like 50 times, and I still can't see how he gets this out from the wide angle. Just a ridiculous ability to improv while being dragged to the dirt. This video is sponsored by PrizePicks. America's #1 sports picks app is super easy to use. All you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats, and your lineup is set, ready to win cash prizes. The World Cup is flowing free, and the boys in Stars and Stripes have already won 2 so far. So I've got Folarin Balogun showing out with his 3rd goal of the tournament, and Weston McKennie getting his 1st assist. PrizePicks is also available in over 35 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Best of all, PrizePicks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing. So download the app and use our promo code HMA to get $50 in lineups now. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. For all the good film Cam collated on tape, it's far from faultless. And there are big strides that need to be made if he wants to fight in that vicious crowd of AFC QBs. Firstly, while his anticipation to the first read shows elite timing, his eyes have got to speed up when going through his progressions, with him too often getting stuck front side on a read. In the high red area against the Super Bowl champions, Cam's eyes are just too slow against the lightning fast defense. The scissors concept on the front side is completely shut, but Cam's eyes stay locked to it, missing an open receiver on the back side. When he does get to it, pressure is broken contained, and he's forced to roll left and take off for a scramble. Running a league staple Yankee concept, Cam's eyes get stuck and miss a chance for a trunk crosser. Cam's right to get his eyes to the deep post option first, but with Indy in cover 2 man, this is taken away. However, there's a great chance for the crosser, but he never pulls the trigger, waiting too long, feeling the pressure, then turning this into an improv play. And here, he's just magnet-eyed on the crosser, and then is late to the release. This ball's gonna come out as the receiver snaps the route later, and you risk putting your receiver in danger. If he doesn't like the option, he can find the hook over the ball fast, But he's throwing a dangerous late ball that luckily finds turf. Even when Ward's eyes do work through these progressions, they're often too slow, and being slow to a third or fourth read in the NFL spells disaster. He gets away with this one against the Cardinals, but look how long he waits before he confirms he wants to throw. His eyes aren't frontside straight away, which means the read this way takes a beat too long. Then when he gets backside, he has Io Maynor wide open, but takes way too long to release the football. Io Maynor saves him by continually working to the ball, or this would have been jumped. Facing the Saints, his slow progression should really cost him 6. The Saints are in a deep drop in cover 3, but he takes way too long to confirm the solo receiver is closed down before he gets backside. Late to it, he can't throw the dig option, but he's also late to the check down, and this almost goes the other way. And finally, he's punished versus Indy. It's poor reading front side too here, missing 2 chances to dime it into the cover 3. He appears to see the second, but turns it down, presumably because it's short of the sticks, but his slow reading front side means he's late when he chooses the check down option. And this time a defender does step in front and takes it back the other way. Another rookie fault in Cam's game was a propensity to hang the ball low amongst pressure. The interception numbers stayed down, but 11 fumbles is too many times to be letting the ball hit the floor. And these are all recurring from the same issue, hanging the ball low before the pass. The ball needs to be high and tight to be kept out of harm's way. NFL defenders are just too strong and too good at timing their hit to be careless with the football. It's a correctable problem, but it absolutely needs to be addressed. The last fault to mention in Ward's game is his mechanics. We spoke about this in his scouting report, but Cam has an incredibly slingy release with an arm slot much closer to that of an MLB pitcher than of an NFL QB. Because of this unique throwing motion, Cam's accuracy wavers from the damn right incredible to the how the hell did he miss that. We showed him hit several of these anticipatory outs earlier in the video, but this one gets nowhere near its target. It's beautifully timed, with the ball out well before the cut, but a lack of step through has this sailing into the sideline. Here's more troubles when he doesn't step in properly. He's got to time the deep curl route, and again, he's in rhythm. But with the rush in tight, there's no step in, and he just tries to flick this 20 yards downfield. As happens so often when you try to throw with just your arm, you overcompensate with the power, and this sails over the head of the receiver and should have been picked. Without traditional throwing mechanics, it's hard to work out what Cam Ward needs to change to bring these more in line. But it definitely starts with stepping through, or at least rotating, because these arm balls all go too long. This one shows it well. Now the outcome of the throw is whatever, the game's out of reach. He's gonna have to throw this into the end zone anyway, but look at the lack of step through. This pass comes out way too flat and doesn't give his receiver any chance to the back line, easily undercut by the corner. Because of these unsettled mechanics, when he misses towards the middle of the field, it tends to be with the lack of lead and to the back hip. He correctly IDs the slant will open, and it's out in rhythm, but those dodgy mechanics leave it behind, leading to a juggle and a drop. On this one, it costs him the possession. He rightfully identifies the short option as the correct one, but fails to put it between the numbers, leading to a bobble that the flat defender picks off. And this is just not a time you can miss behind your man. Running sprint right option, Cam has an easy defined read and just needs to put this out in front and allow his receivers momentum to take him for the first down. However, the throw is way inside, allowing the defender to crash hard and hold this short of the sticks. Like we said in his scouting report, I'm not so sure how much of this is fixable or even adjustable. Relearning throwing mechanics is a dangerous game and may have tried and failed, so this might just have to be a problem the Tennessee Brass will have to live with. One thing that's certainly fixable and must be cleaned up in 2026 are the drops by the skill position players. No, this isn't a Cam Ward problem, but it's got to be mentioned because it plagued this offense throughout the season, really stunting Cam's growth. I thought I was going to wear the keys out on my keyboard tagging so many players with the word dropped, so it's no surprise to me that the Titans took a receiver at 4th overall. Carnell Tate adds an extremely sure pair of hands that Cam can trust, although this offense still needs more firepower to fight for the division. Overall, Cam Ward's rookie season was a strong stride towards lifting Tennessee out of a mediocrity funk. However, hurdles still lay ahead. The anticipation, aggressiveness, and ability to hang in under pressure are elite traits that help your team win football games. but lacking consistent progressions and accuracy will always hold you back. I remain optimistic that Cam will be a player in this league, even if we're still a year or two away from him and the Titans being in the mix.